does the European relationship with India go next?
So I absolutely agree that I think one of the things we saw with the UK-India trade agreement was that in the process of negotiating that, the two sides came to know each other a lot better and one another's sensitivities. And I think we're seeing the same thing with the India-EU trade deal. The question, I suppose, is where next? I see a difference, actually, between, I mean, let's pan out and look at a wider story. For me, there's a big compatibility in some respects, or there has been, between what the US seeks in its partnership with India and what India has sought in its partnership with the US, right? So the US has wanted to assist India in becoming this sort of balancing pole in Asia, and India has wanted to build out its own strategic autonomy, its own sort of material capability as a pole. And this is, I think, very much centered on India's aspirations for a multipolar order and to be a significant pole in that order. Now, longer term, that actually, I think, contradicts what the United States hopes for, which is continued US primacy. And I think that's where the story with Europe is a bit different, because I think Europe understands that this is not going to be a future order in which, you know, one power or two powers prevail. I think they also accept that things are shifting very rapidly, and maybe are on the same page there. But maybe Russia takes it one step further, because I think at the Valdai Club in October, Putin said, you know, this is a really, we were already seeing a multipolar order, foreign policy has become very flexible, there's space for creativity. And I think this opening up and this shifting landscape is perhaps something that India identifies with even more, from my reading and my understanding. So I think there's a sort of, each partner has its longer term sort of contradictions, maybe semi-consensus, and maybe enabling role. And we're seeing those three things play out all at once.